fill up my senses.
Hey everybody, it's John again, John Morris from the Heart, of course. Down here in England, just reminiscing, I guess, with Zoe about some of the places that I grew up. And as you can see over there, I mean, that was the primary school where I grew up and caused a lot of mischief at times. Had a lot of fun, a lot of good memories. And it's really, really weird when you come back to a place like this, how much so many things have changed and it's so different. But yet some of the things stay the same. And the school itself is, you know, the building itself is still the same, but all the parameters and, you know, they've got grassland and they've got fields and things now and everything, which they didn't have when I was there. It was just one big playing field. And obviously here, I mean, this is where I was reminiscing. This field is literally where, for those of you that watch the documentary of the Art from the Heart story, this is where, you know, my grandma and I would play football. And the swings and stuff is where I'd slide down the slide and kick my grandma in the hip, my granddad in the hip, and they'd stop, you know, try and stop me from flying off the slide. But we had so much fun. So as you can, I mean, you can hear around it, it's all out in the wildlife and all the nature and stuff like that, and there's cars and whatever that's coming up. So we're going to continue our journey now around where, you know, my grandparents lived and everything else. So yeah, let's continue the next leg of our journey. Okay, well this is where my grandparents used to live, and up that alley there where you can see, it's still cobbled, it's still got all the, I guess, the old traditional, the look about it and the feel about it. Well, this is where my grandparents used to live, and I spent the majority of my childhood. And we was telling the story the other night of when I was born, and this is literally the place where my parents were staying at the time. They were married, I think, a couple of years, and we'll let that van go past. There we go. And so I'm just going to take it up a walk, and we'll actually see where my grandparents used to live. This is a really special place to me because, again, it's all, you know, full of history and full of good memories and a lot of things. So we'll lead you up to this house now. It's just a bit further on up. So this is the house. Now this door, I know it means no significance to you guys, but it used to be painted red. The trees weren't there at that time. And that little room up there is where I used to sleep. That used to be my little room. But a lot of good memories in this place. And it seems a lot smaller now when you come back 20 years later after being a child or whatever, and it's just like, wow, you know, it's changed so much. But as I said, the building itself looks the same. I'm sure the inside still looks the same. And as I said, a lot of good memories here, playing in the garden, doing the gardening, being out on the steps and what have you, and having a lot of fun. So we'll continue to the next leg of our journey now. Okay, so this is an area where a lot of the kids would come from that we'd work with in the Baptist church. And this is, you know, it's a bit of a rougher area, but every town has them. And one thing that you learn about this is it's a lot of community that is together. I mean, down here you've got some of the nicer areas, and behind us, as hopefully our camera lady will show, you know, you've got a really, really nice part of the town and things. And it's just, again, you know, people ask, well, where do you get your inspiration from? I guess it'd be, you know, subconsciously from places like this that are really, really nice and really, really cool just to live around. And then around you've got the kebab shop and everything else around here. It's just, you know, there's a lot of fun and a lot of spirit and a lot of stories in these places, and that's the kind of thing that speaks to me. Again, when you start thinking about artwork, when you start thinking about painting and ministry, these are the kind of things that speak, and it's the kind of stories that you tell. So that's why we're doing this today. We're actually sharing these videos and these stories so that actually you guys can actually interact with me a little bit more and understand why on earth I am the way I am. Maybe a bit crazy, maybe a bit ditzy, I don't know. But so yeah, I mean, this holds a lot of good memories. A lot of good kids came from this place and down to the churches and things, and we got to hang out with them and spend a lot of time. And hopefully they've gone on with the Lord and they're doing all these other things. And who knows, we might even bump into some of them when we're down here. Okay, so we're down here by a waterfall where I used to just come and hang out, and where I grew up, near the gym where I used to live. I'm just checking it out, and it's been back here again, and this is where I get some inspiration as well from. I have some amazing fun with just being down here. So it does feel very strange being back at times. But at the same point, it is really, really cool. You know, to be down here and to listen to this weather again, and to the water and stuff, and just to be back with nature. You know, it's really, really awesome. Okay, well, we're on another leg of our journey, and this behind me is the old Baptist church where I guess Jesus Christ came into my life more and more. and this is a place where I actually got some good spiritual grounding and development. As you can see, well, you will see over there a little bit further, there's an old gravesite. I don't know if you can actually see that from where we are. But that's full of old history and stuff. But unfortunately, you can't get to it anymore because of the landslide and the walls and everything that are coming down and whatever. But this is the church, as I say, where so many good memories I have in my own life of friends and family literally being there, and just some amazing times and amazing stories there, and some amazing work that still goes on there to this day.
Okay, well, this brings us to the final leg of our journey, I guess. As you can see, we're up in the hills and surrounded by absolutely gorgeous countryside and hills and things. But it's just amazing as well, as Zoe and I were just saying when we were having our picnic, just how many people are on that journey now, going backwards and forwards, and some of them going on holidays, some of them coming back from holidays, some are going to work, some are going here, there and everywhere. But they're all on that journey, and here for us, we're at the final part of our journey to, I guess, tell you guys a little bit more about where I grew up and to show you guys firsthand some of the scenes and stuff of where I grew up. But we're all on that journey, we're on that journey together, and as years will go by, Art from the Heart is on a journey, and it's not just on a financial journey, it's on a journey, a spiritual journey, a physical journey, and I guess you guys are, the ones that get to share in all that, and I, get to experience all that with you as we go along, and paintings improve and we reach more and more people worldwide, and things like this, I get to see and whatever, but hopefully I maybe get to see, some of the countries that we're working with. We think of Germany and France and Belgium, and certainly out in America and Indonesia and some of the other places, and get to see these places and to actually see these places firsthand, and experience them, and hopefully paint, exactly what's there and what we get to see and stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed this very, very brief little video, and I do look forward to chatting with you more, and I'll speak to you all soon. Until then, take care, and God bless, my friend.
You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again.